this video, we'll cover the most important thing that every client wants to see: portfolio examples, and how you can create an impressive copywriting portfolio even if you have no clients or experience. You'll also discover the 3 things that you must include in your portfolio to attract clients. And we'll analyze the portfolios of 3 successful copywriters to inspire you to create your own. Number 3 is my favorite. Let's dive in. So what is a copywriting portfolio and why is it important? Well, your portfolio is a collection of your best writing samples, and it's something that every client is going to ask to see before they decide whether or not to hire you. So it's important that you create a portfolio before you go out there and start pitching yourself to potential clients. Now, why do clients want to see it? Because they want to see the quality of your writing. They want to see if what you've written in the past is something that they would like you to write for them in the future. And that's why it's also important to include relevant industry-specific examples of the different types of clients that you want to work with. So let's say that you really love finance or personal finance. Maybe that's the industry that you're going to, write for in the future. Well, if that's the case, then you want to make sure that you have personal finance portfolio examples so that you can attract those kind of clients in the future. So how can you create a portfolio if you don't have any clients or experience yet? This is a question I'm often asked. And I think the best way to go about this is to offer to write for free in exchange for a portfolio example, a testimonial, and potentially some referrals. This is what I did in the beginning of my career. I approached companies and brands that I wanted to work with, and I offered to write for free just one time per company in order to build that all-important portfolio examples so that I could then use that to attract clients in the future when I was out there pitching for work. Now, I think this is a wonderful idea, although it's often, other writers will say that you shouldn't do this because you don't want to devalue your writing. Well, actually, in the beginning, when you don't have any experience, I think it's only positive to do this. I would only do it maybe once or twice to build up a couple of examples. Now, when I did this in the beginning, I was able to turn one of those free writing jobs into a paid writing job because the client was so impressed with my work that he decided to hire me for other projects that he had coming along, and he knew that he had to pay for those in the future. So definitely try this out. Pitch yourself to the type of companies or brands you'd like to work for, offer to write for free, and then turn that into a portfolio example, a testimonial, and potentially some referrals. So what should you include in your portfolio, you might ask? Well, I believe that you should include just a couple of samples to begin with. You don't need to create, dozens of examples. That will happen over time as you get more and more experience in copywriting gigs. But in the beginning, if you're just getting started, I believe that 3 to 5 examples is plenty. And I also believe that you should target specific industries that you want to work with, as I've already mentioned. Take me, for example. In the beginning, I wanted to write for the personal development industry, and so I pitched my services to those type of companies, got my first couple of examples, and then I used that to leverage and find more clients in the future. So I do believe that you should write for one particular industry to get that experience up. You could also decide to write one specific type of writing, the kind of writing that you'd like to be hired for in the future. For example, let's say that you know that technical reports or even white paper reports are things that you'd like to write, and you know that they're also high-paying gigs, which they are. Technical writers often can charge a lot more than general copywriters, and white papers, you can often get paid anywhere from $1,000 all the way up to $10,000 to write a white paper. So let's say that's something you'd like to write. Then I believe in the beginning you should focus on creating samples for the type of work that you'd like to be paid to write in the future. So I would actually practice writing a couple of white papers, pitch my services to those companies, write some white papers, have them in my portfolio, and then use that to go and get paid writing gigs for those high-paying gigs in the future, as an example. So intentionally write the type of copy that you'd like to be hired to write for in the future to add into your portfolio example in the beginning of your career. Now, let's jump onto the computer because I'd like to share with you a couple of great copywriting portfolio examples from 3 different copywriters. The first website we're looking at here is from Lauren Tassi Agency, and Lauren has a great portfolio. And what I love about this is she's displaying the different examples, both visually with a screenshot of each example, so we get a quick overview of what they look like. And then she's got a title that explains what this is, and then a description about what this example is. So imagine you're a client, looking through her examples. You're going to see a visual example to get a quick overview, a heading, and then a short description. And then, of course, if you want to see the full example, you can click on the button, and then that opens up in a new window the full example. So she's obviously been writing for a while. She's got lots of examples here, but I just love the way that they're formatted online on her website. And that's something you can do in the future as well as you grow and add more examples. The next website I really like is from CassidyHorton.com. Cassidy is a personal finance writer, and her portfolio has, articles that she started out with writing articles. And what I love is the way she's organized these into 3 different tabs. So she's written a lot of articles, right? And as a beginner, you don't have to start with this many, just start with 3 to 5 examples. But what I love is the way she's organized them. So let's say you're a banker looking for those type of articles. You can just open this and then check out all of the banking articles. And the same for those other tabs there as well. If we scroll down, she's also got her copywriting examples. And again, these are formatted well with both a screenshot image, a preview of what she wrote, as well as a heading and then a description, almost like a case study of each of these examples. And in some cases, she talks about the results that these, examples produced for her clients. So I just love the way that's formatted and the way she describes, she doesn't just provide the example, she also gives you detail about this project and all of those important details. So just another great way of sharing examples. And the third website I love is my favorite one. This is from sarahfrendina.com, and the proof is in the pudding or portfolio she has here, which is showing her creativity, show and tell, and then she's talking about all the different copywriting projects she's written for. Also, what I love is she has tabs here, just like we saw in the other example, where you can look at all of the examples if you're a client, or maybe you're interested in just email sequences because you want to hire an email copywriter. You can click on that, and again, she shares interestingly, a photo of the client, and just like the other examples, a case study of the results of some of these campaigns. Now, as a beginner, you might feel intimidated, like I don't know how to get results yet, and that's fine. You don't have to do this, but I just want to share with you different examples. When you do get testimonials or when you do get results, you're able to then summarize them for your website visitor so they can see at a glance what you were able to, your copy was able to produce for your client. So just another great example there. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you'll enjoy this video, which is all about copywriting portfolios, where I actually write with you. So if you watch this video, you and I will work on a copywriting assignment together. It's 100% free. And by the end of it, you'll have your very own copywriting portfolio example. So to check out that video, just click on the link above, and I'll see you in the next video.